Hi, my name's Sue and this is Sue P. I'm going to share a new flour that I've been experimenting with over the last 6 months. It's called Sorghum and it's naturally gluten-free, high in nutrients, and I'm going to make it into a crepe today. So if you'd like to see how to make sorghum or sorghum, I keep saying it wrong. If you'd like to see how to make sorghum cake, if you'd like to see how to make these crepes, come with me and let's see. So the first step is get half a cup of the flour into your bowl, and I'm going to add 3 tablespoons of rice flour. I've made this both ways. You might say, can I just do all sorghum flour? I've tried it and they tend to kind of break and fall apart. Sorghum is a really hard flour to bake with. Well, I found it hard to bake it. So it's a little bit greeny, but adding a binder like a starchy flour, like rice flour, helps combine it together. I'm going to do no eggs today, just for my followers out there that don't eat eggs. And into that I'm going to add soy milk. You can add whatever milk you like. I've got 315 mils, which is 1.5 cups. I'm not adding it all at once. I'm just going to add kind of 3/4 of it, mix it together. We want to get like a really thin crepe-like batter. And if you want to add salt or cinnamon, go ahead. I'm just doing it really simple with no additives. And to help keep the structure so they don't crack is I add some oil. So I've tried it with olive oil, sunflower oil. Today I've got coconut oil. I've just melted some, so I'm going to do 2 tablespoons. And you might say, hey Sue, I don't want to do the oil. Feel free to do it. They will work out, but they're not as structurally sound. They tend to be better with a little bit more moisture, and the oil kind of gives it the fat content, which usually you'd have with an egg. But if you want to swap out the oil for an egg, go ahead. So I've got this nice mixture. I'm not going to add the milk. I'm going to let it sit here for about 10 to 15 minutes. And in the meantime, I'm going to heat up my pan. Next to me, I've got my little induction stove, and I'll heat up my non-stick pan. And then we'll check the texture, and if I need more milk, I'll add it then, and then we'll start cooking. So on this, I've got 4 levels. I'm going to put it on the 3rd level, and then if I need to drop it back to, I will. I find with the sorghum crepes, it's better to cook them high. It's like medium to high heat, but you need to adjust to whatever your stovetop is suited to. So let's heat that up, and then we'll start cooking. So my pan's nice and hot. I've zoomed you in. Look at that, the batter's gone thicker, so I'm going to add more milk, but not all of it, because we've sat the batter here for, I think it's been about 10 minutes. So I'm going to do a test one. The test one, well, the first one always comes out a bit weird, so if anyone knows how, when you cook crepes or pancakes, let me just clean up. I'm using my 1/2 cup, and I'll pop it in here so it's nice and runny. It's not quite to the top. I'm taking the pan off the heat just to pour it in. And it gets nice and bubbly. I'll just swivel it around a little bit. I'm going to confess my shapes aren't perfect. They're a little bit abstract. And then I'm going to wait till that all cooks, so that'll all bubble up and cook on top. So I have a plate ready on standby, and I'm just going to put some paper towel on the bottom. The sorghum crepes tend to stick a little bit. The texture is a little bit more moist than regular crepes, so I put the paper between each one, and then they won't stick together. I've been testing these, and these are perfect if you want to reheat them. You just pop the pan back on and just reheat them for a few minutes, and they get a little bit crunchier and crispier, which is really delicious. Now I'm going to wait till that starts folding up around the edges, like you'll start curving, and then it'll be ready. I've found if you try and lift that up now, before it starts curving, the crepe cracks in the middle because of the texture of the flour. It's not as structurally sound as some of the other flours, not as robust. So it's starting to curve on this side. We've got a nice golden colour underneath. But I'm going to just leave it a few more minutes Now I'll flip it and hopefully it won't crack. Whoops, that wasn't meant to happen, Sue. Try again. Yay! And look at those beautiful bubbles. It looks like a traditional crepe. Now you can remove it and just cook it one side, but I actually like the other underside cooked off a bit because otherwise it gets a bit spongy and doughy. So I'm just showing you my preferred way. It doesn't need as long on this side, maybe just a minute or two. I think that's cooked, so I'm going to just pop it back on the plate. We'll do another one. Okay, this one's ready to come off. I'm just going to put a little bit of paper towel there. So my crepes are all cooked and look how good they look. I've removed the paper between them just so I could take some photographs, but you can keep the paper between them and then you can serve them or reheat them. I'm just going to do a little taste test. It's gone a bit cold now, but they've got like a crispy edge on them. And you can fold them over, you can roll them up, stuff them with savoury or sweet fillings, or just serve them flat on the plate with a little bit of ice cream and berries for dessert. Let me know in the comments below what you think of my sorghum crepes today. Gluten-free, quick and easy, and if you would like more sorghum recipes, I'm still experimenting and trying to perfect a few other recipes for you. But let me know in the comments below what you think, and don't forget to share it with a friend. Hit the thumbs up if you like it and subscribe. And don't forget, if you'd like to help support my channel, pop a little donation below in the super thanks, and I can't wait to see you next time. Hej då from Sweden.